What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television. I want to thank all of you, returning viewers, new viewers, future viewers, for showing up here at the channel. I hope that today is the day we can earn your subscription. If you have yet to subscribe, if you do, hit the red subscribe button down below. You like, comment, share, all that beautiful stuff, because every interaction helps us go straight to the moon, baby. Today we're going to be getting into a retro blast. Now, usually here at the channel, when we get into these retro blasts, it's usually the guidelines we like to try to stick to is that it's a movie 10 years or older and has some sort of significance in the grander scheme of pop culture, iconic movies, from the past that everyone has either seen or should see if they have a love of movies and things that surround that. That movie today is called The Lost Boys, released July 31st, 1987. So pretty much at the time of this recording and release, uh, the anniversary of that release date is coming up in 2024 here. And so basically then that movie's, gosh, 87, 97, oh 07. Almost 40 years old. Almost 40 years old. 37 years old. But I'm going to run through some of the actors here, or the main actors. Jason Patric is Michael. Corey Haim is Sam. Diana Weiss plays their mother Lucy. Edward Herrmann plays Max, who is like the leader of. Well, you'll get what I'm getting to here. Kiefer Sutherland plays David. Jamie Gertz is Star. We have the other Corey, Mr. Feldman here, playing Edgar Frog. Jamison Newlander is Alan Frog. Alex Winter is Marco. And there's a couple other actors that are in this too, but don't play or really don't have larger parts in this movie. Basically, this movie is about a family who moves to California. Sam and Michael try to adjust as their mother starts working at a videotape store, video cassette store. Now, for those of you who may not know what a videotape store is, back in the day before streaming was even a thing, before DVDs and Blu-rays were even a thing, we used to go rent our movies at stores. We would go to stores. Blockbuster was a big chain at the time, and you would rent movies in videotape form. Kind of looked like a big boxy type of thing, and you put it into a VHS or a VCR. Um, yeah, so in case you're wondering what that was, that's exactly what that is. And basically, Michael comes across a group of kids, teenagers his age, and Star was kind of the one that really attracted him to want to hang out with these guys. David, Kiefer Sutherland's character, seems to be the one in charge of the group of this group of lost boys, so to speak. A bunch of young teenagers forming a group, so to speak, to help protect each other. But little does Michael know, and everybody else know, that they are hiding a deeper secret, and that is that they're vampires, creatures of the night. And then it's up to Sam and the Frog Brothers to save Michael because he winds up getting turned into a vampire. During that time, they are also trying to figure out who the leader of this group of vampires are, the group of these lost boys, so to speak. In the meantime, Lucy, the mother, has grown to have a possible budding relationship with her boss, Max. But as we soon realize, Max also has a deeper, darker secret, and that is that he is the leader of these lost boys. And we learn or can assume that he chose Lucy because of her two sons and the ability to maybe take over that family with ease. But little did he know that he had the Frog Brothers on the case, right? Um, this movie, for its time, really had some great special effects. I thought the acting was really done well for everybody. Uh, I mean, come on, you have the two Coreys. Jason Patrick, I thought was always a decent actor. One of my favorite roles he did was in the movie Sleepers. Kiefer Sutherland, I mean, Star. I mean, come on, Star, man, she was beautiful, and there is iconic scenes from this movie where like they're hanging from uh, train tracks, right, and daring each other to let go. And Michael's just like, "What is going on here?" There's this other infamous scene, the sax man. They're at this beach party, and for some reason, out of left field, there's this really buff, shirtless dude playing the saxophone on stage with his band, and I might make that clip the intro here, or use him as the thumbnail because it really is an iconic, and it's used as a GIF these days. It it's funny because it really just comes out of nowhere. He's dancing and partying, and it's not like it's cringy or nothing. It's just like okay, totally random, right? And I think that with the effects and everything that they did, and the pacing of the movie, I think that it would definitely give you a scare. The practical effects look really well. The way they did the contact eyes and the makeup and everything. It also, besides using physicality to scare you by chasing you or whatever, there's psychological scares too. At one point where they're eating some Chinese food, Michael starts thinking that his little mane is worms and stuff, or the rice is maggots or something like that, and he's freaking out. And then he sees it's regular Chinese food again, and he's starting to know that there's something going on here, obviously, but what he's unsure of. And at the end, the Frog Brothers win. Uh, the family's able to get saved. At the end of uh, the movie, it seemed like that was going to be it for this franchise. But many, many years later, kind of say even decades, I would want to say in the early 2000s, there was a sequel made called The Lost Tribe. And then there was a third movie done that I'm forgetting the name of. I'm not necessarily going to review those movies, even if it's not a retro blast or not. Those movies are pretty trash and derivative of off of this movie. It doesn't really add anything spectacularly. And with the death of Corey Haim around that time and his downfall, and Corey Feldman in no better place really at this stage of his life, they really they did bring the franchise down a little bit, in my opinion, with the sequels. I'll leave it up to you guys to go check them out. But if you're looking just for a solid horror movie from the 80s, this is definitely it. This is an iconic movie. Despite the sequels after that, if you can just leave this in a bubble and go watch this movie, uh, go for it. It's really very high on the list, and I think you'll be very impressed with, like I said, the special effects, the pacing of everything. Uh, it really encapsulates what the 80s was really all about with the fashion, even in the movie. The fact that you see a videotape store, a comic book store. I remember I was, in 1987, I was around 11 or 12. So I remember very much these type of memories, right? On a Friday night, going and getting some comic books, renting a movie, getting excited for the night, and yeah, I didn't have to worry about vampires. But that's it. That's the Lost Boys. If you like vampire movies and you have a spare weekend to give to yourself for a spare night, a date night, I really suggest this movie 100%. In my opinion, 8 out of 10. But you let me know what you think down below if you've seen the movie. Or if you do see the movie, come back and let me know. But until then, peace, Snookums.